The Viral Fever was started by Arunabh, an IIT graduate, as a hub of innovation in audio-visual solutions with the philosophy of lights, camera, experiment. After creating a niche space in branded content and production services for many leading brands, he felt the need to create an entertainment network for the progressive Indian youth. Online viewing, YouTube ecosystem and a plethora of internet-connected devices only made it easy for him to choose new media as the platform for this. TVF launched its online entertainment network, complete with a website, theviralfever.com, and social network touchpoints. TVF1 or TVF Online Network for Experiences has become the biggest entity under the TVF umbrella and is the biggest brand in the country today for digital entertainment for youth since its launch in 2011. The Viral Fever brand has been hailed as India's most progressive content company by some of the best minds in creative field and most of the traditional media. Also known as the Cutie Appa guy, dreams TVF Group to be the India's answer to Disney at the global platform. He wants to provide premium global content to Indian consumers.
Wow, that was long. So, but I'm sorry, I just want to begin my session with a question with that guy. The guy who asked Sapna the last question. Who did you ask the question for? I don't think it was for your mother, it was for your girlfriend, I think. Oh, your sister, see? So yeah, Sapna answered for a kid and for a 50-year-old, so I just thought that, maybe. But anyway, and yeah, she's right when she says that because I'm from Bombay, they have a lot of gyms there. I'm from Andheri place, Yari Road, so there are a lot of people who struggle to be an actor there. And everyone from the entire country comes there to be, and they are all in the gym. Aaj kiya gaya, aaj tumhare triceps kiya gaya, aaj ye lagaya gaya. And she's right, most of them who are doing gyms, वो अपने पैरों पे कभी खड़े नहीं हो पाते यार. So बेचारे बहुत उनके टांग कमजोर रह जाते हैं. So so guys, I think I'll focus on the sort of entertainment aspect of social media. I think because because I'm too young, I have very little experience when it comes to the marketing or so because I've just started. So and first of all, I think I would want to have a big round of applause for our Prime Minister from Gujarat. I mean, please give us a big hand. I think we have him. First Prime Minister from Gujarat, Mr. Mukesh Ambani. No, I'm just kidding here. It's not Mr. Ambani, it's Mr. Adani. So yeah, so what happens is, as you can say, none of us guys could go on the stage because we got conscious about Sapna's figure and we thought, कि हम अपना belly लेके उधर कैसे जाएं यार? So we just thought, we are just. So I had decided before the speech that I'm gonna go with the collar mic and move around, but I think I'm just okay here. And thanks to the people who invented this good podium, I think it was invented for this purpose only, So yeah, so I'll start with a small thing that we made way back. So if any one of you has seen a movie in a theater in Bombay, and people who have seen the movies, they come Dhumrpan वाला एक ad आता है, no? So it's a big pain here. Yeah, Mukesh. So that ad is actually so big that people take a smoke break here. They go out, they say, this ad is coming, let's go take a smoke break and then come. So then I thought, then we should do something about it. What is the... So we as creators, we were feeling that every now and then what happens is we make something and somebody files a PIL. And somebody says ki there's a Billu Barber, there was a movie. So some barbers filed a PIL because the barbers were called barbers in the film called Billu Barber. So that is what Cutie Appa is all about. So I will not break the two words because most of you are smart enough to know it. But I'll tell you the first thing is it's called cuteness of the second word. So I always believe that I always believe that India is a very funny country without a sense of humor. And if I can just stare at 5 people at any place, and then I'll start laughing. So I used to do that in 11th, 12th standard, and then I realized that we are just full of, there is so much humor in our country, and we should embrace it, and we should sort of fall in love with it. And it is also very natural for all of us. When we friends meet together, we share a joke. We don't share a tragic story. So पहले हम चुटकुला ही सुनाते हैं, we tell funny stories, if there are girls around, we tell them funny stories to impress them. We don't start with कि अरे यार मेरे बगल में गांव में जो है सो उसके मुंह पे ऐसा हो गया या उसके साथ वैसा नहीं. We go with comedy, because we are all starved for entertainment. As this country has only 3 forms of entertainment. I mean, there is Bollywood, there is cricket, and third is food. Of course, in Gujarat it's the other way around: food, then Bollywood, and then cricket. So I mean, that is it, and which is very sad, because we have so many stories, we have such a huge literature. जैसे कि मतलब Pakistani students would be so happy, यार. मतलब we all don't like studying history, but Pakistani students would be so easy, यार. History is so easy for them. Just 50 years. We are stuck with 2000 years, yaar. We have to remember right from 330 BC and Gautam Buddha and Tamur Lung and all those guys, and this guy is like, okay, Jinnah, then Parvez Musharraf, then Benazir Bhutto. That's it, finished. So that way, sometimes I'm jealous of Pakistani students. Yeah. So anyway, so this is something we made as a as a take on what entertainment should be taken and perceived by us for, and it should not be confused with anything big. I hope I have it. There is one video for those who get offended easily. Yeah. Do we have sound? Enough sound in that? क्या भाई सपना देख रहा है? Oh, he felt sleepy otherwise.
मनुष्य का स्पंज समान दिमाग ज्ञान सोखने के लिए बना है, लेकिन कुछ लोग इसका इस्तेमाल छोटी छोटी बातों पर लोड लेने के लिए करते हैं। एक बेकार इंडियन साल भर में 365 तरह का लोड लेता है। अगर आप किसी इंडियन के दिमाग को निचोड़ के देखें तो इतनी मात्रा में आपको साल भर का बुद्धि भ्रष्ट करने वाला लोड मिलेगा। इतना लोड आपको रिटार्ड, बहुत रिटार्ड बनाने के लिए काफी है। पूरे भारत में लोड लेना एक एपिडेमिक बन चुका है। हम हर रोज 500 से 600 चूतिए देखते हैं। इसके शुरुआती सिम्टम्स में आईक्यू का अचानक 50 पर नीचे गिरना, परंपरा के दौरे पड़ना, माइथोलॉजिकल कैरेक्टर्स को सीरियसली लेना और खुद को भारतीय संस्कृति का ठेकेदार समझना। एडवांस स्टेजेस में ये लोग डिस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ पब्लिक प्रॉपर्टी, अलग स्टेट की मांग, बैचलर्स को घर नहीं देना और लड़कियों के लिए कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट तय करने जैसी हरकतें करने लगते हैं। और टर्मिनल केसेस में तो ये लोग खप पंचायत, सेंसर बोर्ड और पार्लियामेंट में भी चले जाते हैं। ये कहानी है नील नितिन मुकेश चिताने उर्फ लोडू की। मेरा नाम नील नितिन मुकेश चिताने है। मैं बचपन में ही मॉडर्न पुलिस में भर्ती हो गया था। अभी हाल ही में लंच बॉक्स को ऑस्कर में नहीं बेचे जाने पर मुझे कुछ ज्यादा ही लोड हो गया और मैंने इतनी गालियां दी कि मुझे बहुत कैंसर हो गया। मेरा मूड शेडिंग ऑपरेशन, शायद इसके बाद मैं कभी लोड ना ले पाऊं। अफसोस नील नितिन मुकेश चिताने बच गए, लेकिन एक पीसफुल प्रोटेस्ट में हुए वायलेंस में उनकी मौत हो गई। अगर आपको किसी के भी फिल्म, किताब, पेंटिंग, न्यूज आर्टिकल, ब्लॉग, ट्वीट, एफबी पोस्ट, लाइक, कमेंट, सब्सक्राइब, यहाँ तक कि लॉगिन या पासवर्ड से भी कोई ठेस पहुंचती है तो कृपया उससे दूर रहिए। लोड लेना आपका जन्म सिद्ध अधिकार नहीं है।
So
लोड से याद आया,
this is
टीवीएस के नए ऐप का बीट।
So that is it. I mean, this is pretty much an example of how we are. मुझे बहुत weird लगता है. I feel, I'm sorry, I'm attuned to using little bit of Hindi. I am sure you guys understand it since you guys watch Bollywood movies. So, has anyone seen Gujarati version of Amplifier song? Yes. How many of you? Please raise your hand. And all those people who are below 30, put your hands down at above 30 people who have seen that song. Oh, nice. One cool lady here. That's high five for you. So yeah, So, and I don't understand certain decisions which we as Indians take, you know, as because Indian men, yeah, they are the worst. I'm sorry, guys, I'm one of them, and you know, they are the. I mean, I pity them. You know, I pity myself. We pity ourselves. I think they come with rules that you know women should not wear shorts or jeans. I mean, and they don't make such rules. If at all they have to make such rules, if at all there is a pair of leg that I don't want to see, it's of an Indian man, you know. So I think they should ban Indian men to not wear shorts because उनकी टांगे कोई नहीं देखना चाहता भाई, ठीक है. So if at all there has to be a rule, there should be a rule that let's ban every Indian man to not to wear a burqa. They have to come in that because they are the worst kempt, they are the worst. We are. I'm sorry, we are. We are like that. But I think there are certain good things also about us. So the whole point of social media now coming, since we have to come back to the topic here, you know. So that is what social media is for us. For me, when I left IIT, I passed out from IIT, unfortunately, and then I was working for US Air Force. Then I left my job. I thought, you know, I want to do something new. I'm interested in entertainment industry. Then what do you do? Any Indian who gets interested in entertainment, he goes to Bombay to make a film. Because again, like what was pointed out by my friend from, I forgot. I'm really sorry. मैं प्रेशर में आ गया, peer pressure में आ गया. आप मुझे direct देख रहे थे, you know, I was like. So like Javed pointed out that, you know, we don't, data is something that we don't really know how to collect, we don't know how to use. For me, I think my problem is even much basic. We don't know basic information there. I mean, we really don't hunt. We have a very bad habit of sitting lazy. We want information and data to just appear in our gourd somehow like a miracle. That does not happen. I mean, that's a very bad habit. I did not know how do you do insurance of a car. So all the people sitting in this room who are going to do their insurance of their car for the first time, you will be in for a lot of shock. The guys who are doing that insurance, the agent, they don't tell you everything here. They don't tell you that you are supposed to have the same name on your RC book, which is supposed to be the same name on your form and the insurance, then only you will get that insurance. So this is a very simple piece of information. There is no scope for going wrong, but I paid 20,000 for an insurance. That was for my brother's car. Then the RC book had some other name, and when my shisha broke, then I had to pay 50,000 from my own pocket. So that is a very simple information that guy withdrew. He didn't tell us that, you know, this is something that you should know. So I think what is happening with little bit with social media is that we are able to hunt that. We are able to maybe sort of go on the net, search a blog, figure out some poor guy like me who has been conned by some agent. वो अपनी प्रताड़ना लिखता है. And then that's when you get to know that, okay, this is wrong with this, you know, this is how it should be done. Then, like you said that, you know, when you have to review a product, so you go and you search Flipkart reviews, and you're able to do that. I mean, I don't know how did people find out or review or anything 10 years back. 15 साल बाद when मोहल्ले में क्रिकेट मैच होता था तो लोग एक साथ एक टाइम पे जमा हो जाए, उसमें ही हमारी फाइट हो जाती थी कि कौन वो चाची के हैं, कौन बुआ के हैं, कौन टाइम पे निकला है, कौन नहीं निकला है, कोई खाना खा के निकला है, किसी के डैड ने थप्पड़ मार के उसको पढ़ने के लिए बैठा दिया है. So I think, you know, there is a lot of coordination and there is a lot of information gap that we as a country have, and these are very, very important and basic valid information. We should not be not knowing it. That's a really, really sad state, and that is what is little bit we are able to change with this fascinating thing that we collectively call as social media. And so today you are able to figure out a law. So suppose if I wanted to know something about patent, I can at least Google it and find out. If you need to find out a friend who goes to a gym, then you can actually, you know, sort of Google, and maybe you'll get Sapna's this thing, or maybe you'll get a friend and he'll say, hey, I know it. He'll like it, he'll comment it and say, you know, I'll give you funda, you know, come to my place and I'll take you to the best gym that is around. So that is the beauty of it, yeah. You know, the beauty of it is that you are able to not be passive anymore. You're not sitting and waiting for things to happen. You're not, you know, you're getting engaged into that. You're not just getting pushed the information, but you're pulling it, you're using it, you're searching it, you're sharing with everyone. So that is a very, very basic. I know every one of you know this, but at times when we use it in practice, we forget it. Like whenever I go to college, and I'll tell you people also that there are other websites than Facebook and YouTube. Do you guys know that? I don't think you guys know that because nobody goes to any other website. So that. So these are very simple things which are just out there and we don't practice it. So you have, if you're doing, the gentleman, I think Prasenjit, yeah. So you asked Jamit a question about data and everything. So what do you do, sir? Jamit, sorry, Prasenjit, if I can ask you.
I work in an IT organization and I look after sales and marketing.
Which organization?
Aruhat Technology, it's an IT company.
It's an IT company. So you
I
pretty
look after sales and
yeah.
marketing.
So there's a particular kind of thing that company might be doing, and you asked him about the data and how do you use that.
Right.
Do you know which is the biggest company in the kind of thing that you do in the world?
The biggest company is Tanla that we face, the kind of vision we have
Yeah.
for our product and solutions. Tanla is
Yeah. So I'm saying that a very simple thing that so you can know everything and anything about that company, and and that is an attitude which I find missing from 99.99% of us Indians. Even when I talk of YouTube, whenever we talk of content, we don't discover stuff. We don't have that aptitude to hunt, go out. तो हमारी पुरानी आदत है यार कि बहुत पहले आर्य मतलब ये लोग आए मुगल्स आए तो उनको भी बैठा के नाश्ता वास्ता कराया, फिर उसके बाद फिरंगी आए उनको भी बैठा के नाश्ता वास्ता कराया, फिर अभी अमेरिकन आए उनको भी बैठा के नाश्ता वास्ता कराया. So so we delve in that, and that is a very good quality, by the way. I love ourselves and Indians for that because we have that, we are cool here, we're not bothered. It's a very Hindu way of life. We don't give a shit, everything is fine. But I think when we want to improve, when we want to do certain things, when you want to sort of working towards progression, which can be as simple as losing a weight or as tough as losing a weight, to trying to sell your product or trying to run a company or to trying to find out the next big strategy or to trying to come up with the biggest company that you've ever dreamed of. All these things can be very, very basically the one small homework or classwork that every one of us should do is hunt for information, which we don't do, and which is a big complaint that I have, more than the dirty Indian men leg. So that's the sort of, which is as a practice, I think we should do that. And entertainment is erupting because of this. So I have this word called creative feudalism. So there were literally 15 people in the country who decide which movies will be made. So if you take the entire Bollywood industry, so there are 15 people, and out of that, they are all backed by everyone in Gujarat also. So they are the ones, so they are the ones who are taking decisions for you. Yeah. Nobody is allowed to sort of break that covenant that okay, I'll make this. And when I entered into the entertainment industry, I had this whole philosophy. I had left my job from IIT, so the only thing that I looked forward in entertainment industry was okay, I'll get to do something new. And when I worked there for 1.5 years, I realized that I was just suffering from a lot of inertia. Everyone was against trying to do something new, and to the point of discouraging me and sort of spitting me out that no boss, this is not how it is done. So when I tried to do a TV show for MTV, sorry sir, I'll try to make it more interesting. We all are. I'm feeling. So what did I do whole night? Because I had to catch a flight. Me and Jamit were talking, and we did Facebook. Okay, we were all engaging ourselves in social media, and we thought we'll wake up and we'll arrive fresh. But then फिर वो पता नहीं flight छूटते बची गई तो. So that is also that is the aptitude. Yeah. People are developing that. You are coming here, waking up at 8:30 on a Sunday morning, sitting here waiting for 4 of us to say something, one of us to blabber something. So that is something which I love. That is something which has happened because of this small little beautiful thing called social media. And so I think when I faced that whole challenge of experimenting, you're not allowed to do new things. I thought, where will I go? I cannot open my own TV channel. So MTV ne kaha ki the Indian youth does not want to see your show. So when I made a small show called College Cutiapa, and I took it to them, they said ki our research says, so they have some research. I don't know who are these guys, but they do some research, and when they come, they do research. The result was that the Indian youth does not want to see what you want to make. I said, मैं काफी confused हो गया यार. मैंने कहा यार ये Indian youth का ही verdict निकल गया यार तो यार मतलब So I felt bad also that I am so delusional. I don't know what they want. But I think more from the point of view of getting out of this doubt, I might be wrong here, I might be making shit and I'm thinking that it's a great thing. So how do I go? Where do I share my stuff? And then I came to know of a simple things like a website or a video player or a YouTube or a Facebook. And I thought, hey, I can't open my TV channel, but I can open an online entertainment network. And so I started that under the Viral Fever, and I called it the viralfever.com. And I put that same college QTAPA pilot, and I put it on in 2011 March. I put it there as a test pilot. That's a sort of a test I did, and I got 18,000 views. It was called Inglorious Seniors, and 18,000 views. It was the second most watched video in entertainment category in India in that week. And that was a huge number. So I got calls from IITs, NITs and all, NIT Surat, and I had friends everywhere. They said, "Arey, we loved it. When is this next coming?" So then I realized कि यार मैं उतना wrong नहीं हूँ. शायद I'm right. And this could not have happened even if I could afford a TV channel. So that is the beauty of it. Even if I had 50 crores, and even if luckily I was from a Gujarati family with a lot of money, then also I would have spent all my dad's money and wouldn't know whether I'm making. I would have got to know 5 years later, when by the time my dad would have become bankrupt. So he would have to shift to Kenya. So it starts from there again. And so because there was this, and that is the beauty of this medium, because it was, so I had 18,000 people transparently watched it. I could see the number of views, and then there were 800 comments, and then they said, okay, we love it, when is the next episode coming? So with a TV, with all the traditional medium, no offense to all the guys engaged in that, I consider TV and everything, they are a black box here. You never know. There are certain thousand sets, there is big mechanism, there is a lot of research happening. They have their parameters. But the beauty of this medium is something which cannot be surpassed by TV, because you get instant reactions. तो अभी हम घटिया बनाते हैं तो गाली भी इंस्टेंट आता है कि अरे ये क्या बनाया, ठीक है. So that is, and then I realized that let's work around that. And for 1 year I did the entire QTAPA programming, wrote certain scripts, think what should I make. Comedy was a competence. So, and then 21st Feb 2012 is when we launched the viralfever.com, and we launched it with a small spoof of this very, very good show called Roadies. So how many of you have seen Roadies, MTV Roadies? Look at you. So, respect is up here. So, and it was called Rowdies, and it got 1 million viewers in 5 days. And in 5 days, 1 million views just after a year, and it was still the third most watched video in that category. So it was not with 18,000, that pilot was second viewed, and with 1 million we were third viewed. So it also said that all of us as a country, as a viewer, as a progressive urban Indian youth, we were more and more engaging with this medium. We were more watching it. So then, then we sort of put together a team, then we started making it, then we said that, okay, let's build up this online television. I think, Ekta anyway doesn't like my face, so she's not gonna give me any show. Same with Jethalal and Sub TV will never give me any show. So, so let's start building my own show. And I think the beauty of studying in any engineering college is that you meet at least 5 friends from every state. So that is, so any guy or any dude who says sitting in a South Bombay or a Bandra flat that he knows Indian youth, trust me, he doesn't know. So a guy from a chalk of Ahmedabad or a Surat knows more about Indian youth than those idiots. So that is a sort of a conviction that I developed over half a decade after doing work every week, that the whole country is waiting to consume more. Yeah? We all want more stuff. We all want more progressive stuff. A 14-year-old student, if he's from Xavier's or from a DPS, today watches the first show, Friends, on the net. Now, how do you compete with a guy? What do you offer? So, as creators, as marketers, or as brands, how do you cater to a person जिसने life में अपना पहला show ही देखा है, which is the best show in the world ever? How do you compete with that? You don't compete with that by making those shitty shows on Channel V and MTV and Bindas. You can't. You're just fooling yourself. So it's just a bunch of people trying to hold the pillar and the durg that they have built over 3 decades and trying to somehow save it. But then they don't realize that even companies like Kodak have a, Kodak movement. And that is what I think Jamit was telling about, that one day you realize that ki nal khola aur usme pani nahi hai. And that is the sort of, that is the sort of change you go through. And that's when I think Sunil sir also said that, the older the companies, the more scared you should be. not the older the person, not like that, the company. So that's the reality here. And we all, so how many of you watch regular YouTube videos or any online content? And how many of you watch TV shows? So there you go. So I mean, that's the proof. Could we please wrap up and move towards taking questions? That was very subtle. I mean, they haven't even retyped it. You know, they have not customized it for anyone. So no, anyway, so see, the basic idea is that we all are here. We all are on social media. We all will be. So even if a show like Comedy Nights with Kapil is a big hit on TV, then it's also a big hit online. So you can see that figures. I mean, there is one thing that I always tell to the CMOs and the marketers and the brand managers is that, see, I mean, we are all in the industry of, not telling truth well told, but lies well sold. But then we should not lie to ourselves. So that is when you're committing a big crime. When you stand in front of a mirror and then you're really happy that, okay, no, I released an ad on TVC with a big strategy and 10 crore media spend and it has done successful. It is not. So with a media spend of a TVC on one channel can give you more subscriptions, tractions, audience and fan following onto the net. So that is a very basic reality which we have come to know. So now we have over 1 million subscribers. Now we do regular content. We have an alternate channel, and we are realizing that more and more of us are watching shit there. And I think I just heard that one of the gentlemen here also does a lot of songs around Garba. I think, I think you are the one here. So I just wanted to meet you. So please have a great round of applause for him, please. So I think it's his. That's what I call his creative democracy here. He's not bound by anyone. I think 20 years back we would be just staring at our faces thinking what will we make, how will we get one big guy to fund our stuff and reach to the audience. But the feudalism is gone here. Now the era is of collaboration. Now the age is to make your thing, put it out there and so that's what we belong. That's the generation that we are in, and hopefully we should push that attitude, hunt for information, discover more content and get entertained and hopefully we'll be slightly better as a country. Thanks. So yeah, questions.
Hello.
Hi.
There are two questions. One is off topic, but not off you.
Okay.
And the second one is quite on the topic. I'll ask the later one first. Do we really bother the negative comments? I'm not talking about the paid critics.
Yeah.
For instance, you made a video on Mukesh. Like I'm a health worker, and I bend on my backwards making that video. If I'm telling on the comment that this is not something to make fun about, okay, this is very genuine video. Is there out to reach many people who actually are addicted, and this video has helped these many millions people to come out of that addiction? How would you respond?
See, I think that's the first thing. People get it in a very wrong context. So if you go and watch this video again, and if you take the entire script of it, we have made fun of all the people who riled up and filed PILs against the stuff that creators create. So this video is not a spoof on that. This video is not a spoof that no, you should not smoke up. You should smoke and you should. It's not that. We have taken that format and told a different story about how we creators feel that India, there is a lot of, all the audiences have problem with anything which gets created and they take it too seriously. And that's a very again ironic thing, because Indians don't take anything seriously. It is something, a simple observation like अपने सड़कों पे देखा होगा, when I get out of the flight, even right before the tire is touching the runway, one buckle is already open. And then there are dhar, even it's and they announce it, and we are all in a rush. We might even kill people, and then traffic mein, we are coming, and everybody is going around, and it's like everybody in a hurry. But you know what? We Indians are the most unpunctual. We reach everywhere late. So that is where we are confused here. We are late all the time. We are not punctual at all, but we are always in a hurry.
Exactly.
We don't get things in right context.
Right,
See,
right.
so my video is only about using that format because it's popular, because you recognize it, because you get entertained by it.
Like for instance, you are a company,
Yeah.
and there are a few unsatisfied employees. If they start posting against your company,
Yeah.
like what would you
See,
do?
I
about
think
it?
they have the right to do it, yeah, and that's the, I think as consumers they are not just they are all creators now, so they can come and say they have the right to, if whenever we release a show we get some 20% of negative comments, yeah, and they have the right to do it because these guys are bothered about the quality.
So you work on your product or those comments?
We work on our product, yeah. You cannot see there is no battle you are winning with the audience here and with the consumers. Nobody wins that battle. So there is no point even trying to fight that.
That makes sense. Another question that is on you.
नहीं वो ऑफ वाला काफी इंटरेस्टिंग लगा मेरे को तो.
Okay, why IIM and IIT graduates, after passing out those colleges and whatever, do something that a common man do?
और कॉमन मैन, पहले तो तू ये बता कि तूने सारे क्रिएटिव को अंडरमाइन कर दिया कि वो कॉमन मैन.
नहीं, just not.
I think you need to.
जैसे like I have read often.
Can you see? Take a good look at him.
Like for example,
Indian version of Bob Christo.
I am graduate.
Younger.
For instance, I am graduate. उन लोगों ने इडली डोसा का एक गाड़ी खोल लिया, एक होटल खोल लिया. So if ultimately they want to land up in the hotel business, what is it?
A sincere answer would be, see, I think I've given JE. See, I'm not proud of being an IITian. I'm proud of gone through the process of JE. So that process pushes you. In that process, your parents and teacher push you to learn to apply your brain. So that is luckily they do that. And when you enter IIT, then you really don't do anything. So you're pretty much sleeping. I used to sleep 14 hours, and I flunked in 7 subjects in first year and 5 in second year. So 4 days later, I ran away from Kharagpur because there were no malls in Kharagpur. Okay. So that is so, but the whole JE process, so I think that's what I'm saying, that very basic things like, hunting information, developing that aptitude to do something better is what IIT and IIM people might have because they are grilled a lot during that CAT and JE process. And that gives them the quality. It's a very simple quality which any दुकानदार का जो छोटे में गल्ले पे बैठ जाता है उसको 10 साल बाद उसको एटीट्यूड आ जाता है कि इसे कैसे रन करना है. So it is exactly similar to that, and that's why we think that we see a gap. So it is not industry centric at all. Yeah, your education means shit. It's nothing like that. Everyone should be educated, but it should not be. There should not be no connotation on your career. You can see a gap, fill the gap. You think you can add value to it, go use it. I think we can make $1 billion business out of cleaning shit in this country. Matlab, you will be Richard Branson and you will have all models and girls of the street. So that's the sort of. And what you'll be doing shit. So you're cleaning shit. So that's in the business of shit. Yeah. By the way, it's a very interesting fact that it's again, these are the things which you don't come to know. So India water table, more people have smartphones or mobile phones than sanitation facilities. And most of this shit is directly mixing with our water table. And 10 years, 15 years down the line, what will happen, God only knows. Anyway, so yeah.
So how did you manage to get the role of assistant director in Om Shanti? I just want to know that story.
That's for the books. But anyway, so what else? I'll just quickly wrap. So I was trying to get a job, and I had quit my US Air Force job, and I had gone and made rounds with all these filmy people. गया job दे दो कुछ कर दो. Red Chilies भी गया वहाँ पे तो secretary and the चौकीदार they threw me out. They said what are you doing? नहीं कुछ नहीं है यहाँ पे कुछ नहीं है. Then I thought कि यार तो यहाँ ऐसे चलेगा नहीं कुछ काम. So then I made a society here, Art and Artificial Intelligence. There is no such society like that. I just made it up. And then my friend was studying in USA. So I made, and then I wrote 3-page letter, typed it very nicely, and best of the fonts and best of the language, and wrote it that I want to study Bollywood cinema from the point of view of technology, creativity and business. And for that, your production house has been shortlisted to be a part of that. And then I 14 production houses का list बनाया मैंने, right from Excel to Red Chilies, Mukta Arts, everyone. And then I put it in envelope. I got मोमबत्ती and got a very nice seal, और वो seal भी डाला उस पे बिल्कुल एकदम जो होता है ना इस पे वो लिखा हुआ था पुराने जमाने वाला. And then I sent it, and 2 days later I got 8 calls. And somehow it happened that I had to go to Red Chillies only. कुछ ऐसा मुझे रास्ता पता नहीं था. And this time I was in formals, and that same lady who she wouldn't even recognize it. Please come, everybody is waiting for you. And then I went inside, and then I met the chief AD, and I told everyone that this is what we are trying to do, and with the artificial intelligence, and how can robots make films, and this that. And I think for this I should not be a consultant and an outsider. I want to study it from inside, from within. So I'll be an AD, like you guys, okay? And then I'll study everything, and then I'll file my report, and globally we'll do a conference next year. So I think that's the irony. In our country, at times you have to really lie to come out honest. So that's sort of sad, but chalega, ये सब चलता है, हर जगह होता है. So that is it, guys. So thanks. पूछो यार, James Dean, please, Cristiano Ronaldo, handsome boy, Xavier. Yeah. He's free. Free at last.
My question is, actually first I speak not as a brand ambassador of Amul Butter, but I'm genuinely a big fan of how you've pioneered.
So Amul Butter guy?
Yes. You listen to the compliment, I will understand, because I'm genuinely a big fan of how